1 or 2 meters or whatever, and then do it at the bottom. It has to be a very tall building, not like New York level tall. And trust me, if you're looking past the surface of the side of it, you're not gonna see the flag because it's gonna be behind the new apparent horizon above you, which is the limited view angle of the side of the building you're looking at. It's gonna be cut off. And anything sticking out above that is gonna be part of it's gonna be partially obstructed by the wall you're looking past. Trust me, it works always. Every time you're looking past flat surfaces, it works. Doesn't matter what the direction is, as long as it's flat and you're looking past it.
Because of diffraction?
Yes. It's part of it. Diffraction is a description of the effect, but it's practical. It's with all sight, all vision, all perspective-based vision. It happens, and you can demonstrate it in a lot of ways.
Well, I want to see a demonstration where the observer is still and the object's moving away. That's what I want to see.
Sure. It's going to end up.
Who cares? Who cares what you want? You'll see something just move from bottom up and claim the floor's curved.
I want, Nathan.
You do it, and you film
go
it,
and do it.
Then you present it, and stop complaining.
I've come on here a couple times and tried to present things. You guys wouldn't let me present things I worked on before.
You just complain.
You have footage you want to present? Because I guarantee if you came in here and said you have footage to present, we would let you do that. So please, you haven't presented anything.
How would I know that's true? Like I said, I've come in here many times.
Have you tried it? Have you tried it?
Have
you tried it?
Yes. What do you mean?
When?
That's what we're talking about.
So where is it? Where's your footage?
I'm not talking about footage. I'm talking about I made a mathematical proof that you can only get from point to point.
Oh, so you want to present math?
Accurately.
You want to present a math problem.
A sphere.
You want to present a math problem.
Yes, if you knew a little bit about math, you would know that that proves the globe.
No, we don't want to see math. We want to see proof.
You know,
a little too highbrow for you.
Listen, Dottie, you're awesome.
Thank you so much. I'll come back when I have I don't know, something else. Maybe I'll do this video that you're looking for, since you don't want to make it.
Yeah, I'd like to see that, Dottie.
It was awesome to hear you destroy Unorthodox in like 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you for destroying me, Dottie. I appreciate it.
I'll destroy you again.
Dottie,
no problem.
come back.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Awesome.
Maybe we can get all the girls to become non-globe believers, and we can just breed out the ballers.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you'd like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they're live, and there's also a PayPal link in the info box below the video. Most importantly though, if you would like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcomed back on the next stream. Please also share the show. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now we are joined by Unorthodox, Travis, Peanuts Clark, P. Mars, Music Man, Eric, Chocolate Saying, Warren and Arwin. Good to have you all.
Aloha.
Hello.
Good
Ni hao. Ni hao.
Aristophanes nuts.
Where is Chewy on the panel?
I think so.
That's awesome. So, Unorthodox, you were asking me a question?
Well, we've got a little presentation I'm hoping to get done at the beginning of this show, if that's all good by you guys. So we're also joined by John. How you doing, John? Can you hear us?
How's it going, man?
Yay, I'm good. I know you want to do a little presentation at the beginning of this show, so have you got that all queued up and ready? If so, I'll stick you on.
Nah, don't go at the beginning of the show. I got a couple little things I got to fix on it first.
Okay. No worries. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll stick you on.
Is that okay?
Yeah, in your own time.
Hey, you sound a lot better, man. I hope you're feeling better.
Not at all. Not at all. I've got lots of paracetamol in me, though. I can hardly hear anything.
Oh, shit.
So if I'm talking over you during the show, it's just because I can't hear you, and I don't know that I'm talking over you. It's not just because I'm as rude as I normally seem.
Oh, no worries, man.
So let's do a bit of housekeeping. Any signs of curvature?
Only in my pants.
Yeah, I can't see the high-rise building. That's 18 miles from my house right now.
Sorry, that's not curvature.
That's your problem.
Sorry, that's not curvature. Hello, that's not curvature.
It's not. If we're on a flat plane, I should be able to see it.
Should you? Why? There's still an angular size limitation. Diffraction limit of your eye.
Why wouldn't I be able to see it?
The diffraction limit of your eye.
It's 18 miles away, Nathan.
Yeah, the diffraction limit of your eye. Are you deaf? Are you deaf, or are you just going to ignore every word I say? Do you not understand the words that have just come out of my mouth, unorthodox? You dumb hillbilly. I'm not going to kick you out for ignoring me. You've asked a stupid question. You've got the answer. You can't see it because of the diffraction limit of your eye. Are you going to acknowledge what I've just said or completely ignore it?
I've been on top of mountains and I've seen a lot further than 18 miles, Nathan.
Yeah, is a mountain bigger than a high-rise block of flats, you moron?
Yeah.
So it has a bigger angular size then, doesn't it?
I'm talking about looking off of the mountain.
Yeah, I'll say it once more for the Dumbo. That's not curvature. The reason you don't see things that are miles away is because you have a diffraction limit of your eye based on the size of it.
Nathan. So
you're still not going to acknowledge what I've just said to you. You're still going to assert that it's curvature that you're seeing, you stupid idiot.
Are you telling me if I go up?
I'm telling you there's a diffraction limit. You're not acknowledging what I'm saying. You're asking if I'm saying something else. Listen up. I'm not saying something else. I'm saying two words. Acknowledge them. Diffraction limit. Do you understand what I have said? Repeat it.
No.
Well, then go away and learn what a diffraction limit is. Based on the aperture of whatever it is you view through, you will have a certain amount that you can resolve. Understood?
I'm talking about my eyeballs.
Yeah, I'm talking about any lens that you look through. The big lenses...
I'm not talking about lenses.
Shut up! The big lenses can see further than your eyes because they're small.
Eyeballs?
You've got a bigger limit. The resolution limit is larger on a big lens than on your tiny eye or a tiny iPhone. Okay?
You tell me no human can see.
Oh, no, you're substituting what I'm telling you for something else again. I'm telling you diffraction limit. That's the answer to your stupid assertion that you see Earth curve, which you don't. You didn't say I see something curving that's Earth. You say I don't see a building, therefore Earth is curved. Nonsense. Idiot.
No, therefore Earth is definitely...
Yeah, therefore. Right, so you're not seeing Earth curve. I'll ask the question again, question one of housekeeping for this Dumbo. Any signs of curvature?
Yeah, there's
48,000 photos from NASA, right?
Oh, really? So those pictures were taken from a vacuum of space. How am I breathing if space is a vacuum?
What?
How am I breathing? There's gas pressure here on Earth, moron. I'm breathing it. If your fantasy zone, where they take these pictures of Earth as a ball, are going to be considered real, then you need to prove to me why I'm breathing, given that space is a vacuum.
Why you're breathing, given that I don't really...
Yeah, you're just repeating my question back to me. If space is a vacuum, yeah, with a negative pressure less than we have here on Earth, then the pressure here on Earth, given that you fantasize about a barrierless system, would dissipate immediately into the vacuum. So yeah, how am I breathing if you think the fantasy place they take these pictures from is a vacuum? Why am I breathing gas pressure? Why isn't it dissipating into the vacuum?
Because there's like kind of a force that acts downward most of the time.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
What's that force called?
Are you gonna deny that, Nathan?
I'm sure you're going to give us some scientifically valid excuse for this nonsense region of vacuum. So what's your scientifically valid reason for this?
I bet it starts with G.
Let's see. What's the scientific validity to this nonsense religious assertion of space being a vacuum?
Things typically go down.
There it is.
He said
there it is.
I said down. Oh, there it is. Oh, God.
So what have we got?
Beetlejuice.
Sorry, I'm asking for some science. Have we got some science from him? What's the science he's giving us?
I've given you like 2 scientific proofs of gravity.
No, wait.
So we are talking about. Sorry, so we are talking about another pseudoscience religious belief.
Gravity is proven.
Oh, really? Scientifically valid? Let's see it.
Yeah.
What's validating this scientifically, P? Tell me. Both of you boneheads know it's not true.
Google.
Oh, this just pisses me right off. Both of these boneheads know this isn't true. They both know that they've been ripped to pieces on this very subject on multiple occasions. Yet these circle jerk asshole globe believe religious zealots come here and assert it anyway.
I went as gravity for Halloween.
Great, I saw that outfit. It's lovely. You guys have seen it?
Yeah, I'm sure you guys did.
Unorthodox. What would you expect to see on a flat Earth? What are you expecting?
No. Let's get back to his gravity.
I would
proof.
expect to see the high-rise building 18 miles from my house.
Let's
I would expect when I go
Unorthodox. Are you one of
horizon not to go
Unorthodox? Are you one of those globers that think that Mount Everest should be able to be seen from everywhere in the world? Because
no, just within within a reasonable distance.
I've literally had people tell me that Mount Everest should be seen everywhere because.
Can we get back to the original topic, please? How is he breathing?
No, there's probably like a limit of like 100 miles or 120 miles. If you go up to a high-rise building, you can see.
I'm not having 50, this. We've demolished this. It's based on angular size. I've told you about the diffraction limit. Shut your stupid mouth. We've now got the second question. We're in housekeeping still. You've asserted you've got science for this nonsense secondary religious belief of gravity, for your primary religious belief of a vacuum of space. Now I want the science. Give it me.
You want to go through this again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did it twice and laughed in your face. And you come back on to do it again,
please. Any rebuttals besides I couldn't use height?
Well, just go through it. Let's go through it again and we'll point out the flaws so you can circle jerk us around in another fortnight and piss it straight back in our faces again.
Yeah,
like you are
I got
now.
it on the screen.
What's the scientific evidence for the primary religious belief of either space being a vacuum, despite the fact we have gas pressure we all breathe, or the secondary religious belief of gravity? Which one do you want to go with?
You deny all the science.
We're not denying anything. We're asking you to give it us.
Go back to romper room, P. This is
Why
adults
don't
now.
you
Go
just
ahead.
look it up? You know
well, you
all
can
this
tell us.
stuff.
You're the one asserting it. So tell us, P. What scientific evidence for either of those two things? Vacuum of space or gravity? Which one do you want to do?
You deny all the evidence. So.
We haven't denied
it's funny
anything.
How you're the big conspiracy theorist.
We're not denying anything.
Your
We're asking you
answer
to give
to
it
everything
us.
is look it up.
Don't tell us we're denying it. You haven't given it us yet.
Well, I've already shown 2.
Oh, you've already shown. That's what we seem to get a lot here. Give us your scientific evidence. I've already given it you. No, we want it right here, right now.
You can.
He showed the pyramid of the MIT guys, right? Didn't you? Show
This
that
is more obfuscation. Right. I'm going to give both of you assholes one more chance. Then I'm going to kick both of you. Listen up, dickheads. You've just asserted, both of you, Pete, Mars, and Unorthodox, you now can't shut their stupid mouths and are going to talk over me. This is your last chance. Both of you are going to get kicked out. I'm sick of it. You both asserted the scientific evidence, both of you. So you're going to damn well give it, or I'm going to kick you out.
Okay, here we go. All right, go ahead. You want to? What's his name? John wants to write it down. I mean, we just did. You have your
natural
phenomena
phenomena observed, please.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm just making sure John had his crayons this morning.
Come on, we're gonna make a horse's ass out of you again. Go. Natural phenomena observed, please.
Air pressure decreases as you go up.
He did the same thing the last time.
Are you telling me you can't feel air pressure changing as you walk up a mountain? You don't feel your ears pop?
Nathan, are you sharing my screen?
How do we have that pressure again? Unorthodox.
Well,
Nathan, are you sharing my screen, please?
I am. Yes, they're just ignoring you. Again, they're very close to getting kicked out. So we're asking for a naturally observed phenomena. This is the scientific method.
So he's saying
this clown is going to use height as his independent variable, like he did the last time, and we laughed at him.
Oh yeah, yeah. What's the problem with that? What's the problem with using height?
Because height cannot be an independent variable, you clown.
Height doesn't cause things, you moron.
Show me any kind of back that up in any way possible.
Okay, sure.
Back up.
You still
height can't
sharing?
be an independent variable.
I'll go over it again. Problem. Wait, one.
Why is it we get them claiming that height can cause things over and over again?
Okay. We ready?
Yeah.
Your independent variable must satisfy 3 criteria. Number 1, it's your presumed cause. Number 2, the researcher must be able to vary and manipulate it. And number 3, the independent variable must demonstrably exist before you use it in an experiment. All 3 criteria must be satisfied,
checkmate.
Not just one. Can you please be quiet for a couple minutes? Almost done. Height, depth, width, length, and time are not viable independent variables. Well, watch. Number 1, the submarine was crushed at a depth of 10,000 feet. Did depth cause the sub to implode, or was it pressure? Number 2, the gentleman was so obese he measured 1 meter wide. Did width cause obesity, or was it laziness combined with excessive caloric intake? Number 3, over the course of the night, the sun suddenly appeared above the horizon. Did time cause the sun to appear above the horizon? Does time cause the difference of scores between the first and third quarters? Do you see how silly these are? Go ahead.
Wait.
Hey, do you see a problem with that?
Yeah, height doesn't cause things.
Height
is
doesn't
the name
cause
that
anything.
we give to the relationship between 2 objects. It's their relationship,
objects.
the distance between them.
Distance doesn't cause anything, you moron. I just read it to you.
How tall are you, John?
So, is this as far as we've got? Literally, you have no science. So, is this a fail?
No, you guys don't want me to go through it.
We just gone through it. Height doesn't cause things. Is this going to be like me saying angular resolution or diffraction limit and you completely ignoring it? So, John's just taken you through it, and you're literally going to piss it back in our faces again. Height doesn't cause things. Hello? Are you going to ignore that?
Yes, because 10,000 feet of feathers is equal to 10,000 feet of water, I guess.
Height is an aspect. It's an aspect. It's like an indicator. It's not a thing. Can't be.
No, it's a correlation.
Cause.
You're making a relationship.
That's right.
You go down
Right.
10,000
That's right. A
feet.
correlation.
In a hypothesis, you're never going to have if height and then get your observed phenomena out of if height. You complete bonehead.
Nathan, I would like to see you go into any scientific field.
Oh, God. So let's just point out for the audience that these 2 numbskulls, Unorthodox and P. Mars, have claimed they have science for their religious beliefs. They have 2. A primary religious belief in space. When asked for proof of curvature, he said pictures of space. I asked him, how can we be breathing? And he explained gravity. So he has 2 religious beliefs. The vacuum of space, which can't exist because we're all breathing, and his assertion that we have this magical force of gravity. He has no scientific evidence for either. Just religion.
He doesn't have any photographs
pictures,
either. There are no photographs. They're only computer-generated images. No photographs there, brother. So you're wrong on that count, too.
He thinks that CGI is a photograph. Even though he's never taken that picture himself, he thinks that that's perfectly acceptable to just accept what his masters tell him from the viewing angle of a TV screen.
Yeah, let's ask the space cake agencies.
The body of science,
yeah, there's
right?
like what, 30 different space agencies? 30? Probably more than that.
Arwen,
I bet they eat a lot
I
of
think you
space
gotta
cake.
hit him with the prayer, Arwen. Because this dude, the body of science for him. Hit him with the prayer.
I really don't think
Radius Dominus, Gravitas Spiritus Sanctus Arwin. Go in peace and orthodox, in R you trust.
If there's Nathan, there's zero pressure regardless, right? Because at like 45,000 feet, the pressure is 10% of what it is. Let's say there is a dome.
Pressure?
It's still going to go to zero
without a container,
right?
You're begging the question.
Sorry,
where
so
did
he's
you
just
get gas
said
pressure?
it decreases. Therefore, eventually, it's going to go to zero, right? No. The necessary antecedent for gas pressure is a container. So unless you're going to show me a container, space is fake. You can't have vacuum next to a gas pressure. Doesn't work, moron.
There can
so
be
we got 10% at 45,000 feet. What is it at 90,000 feet, Nathan?
Unorthodox. There can be minimal pressure next to a dome or a ceiling or whatever, but there can't be zero. There can't be a vacuum. That can't work. Technically.
So
yeah, it's called entropy. Hot flows to cold. High pressure flows to low pressure. That's entropy. Always demonstratable. If you think that's not true, then you need to show us gas pressure being contained without a container.
So you telling me that the antecedent to pressure is a container, okay?
Yes.
So I'm going to use your logic and ask you, what's the antecedent to light?
Sorry, we're not talking about light. We're talking about your religious belief about space. You utter moron. We're talking about space, not light. And space, according to your religious belief, is a vacuum. Well, you can't have a vacuum next to gas pressure, because you know what happens? The gas pressure disperses into the vacuum instantaneously.
The lights in the sky, Nathan, are those physical objects?
Instantaneously debunking your religion, unless you can show me gas pressure being maintained without a container.
Nathan, you sound like a fucking recording.
Right,
that's
where you go. Bye-bye.
Thermodynamics.
That's the point that Unorthodox has clearly lost all of his arguments. Bye-bye, Unorthodox.
Oh, thank God, thank you. I was about to offer my services.
Hello, Event Horizon. Back to you, P. You also asserted we have scientific evidence, P. So now it's your turn.
What, Unorthodox is right.
A quick shout out to Karen B in the chat.
What's up with the background noise?
Thanks for the meds, Karen B.
Okay, P, let's hear it. Scientific evidence for gravity, please. You asserted you have science for it.
Natural phenomena observed, please. And if you don't give it to us, back to romper room for you.
P, you've got on mute. Hello.
There's evidence for gravity.
Yes,
Natural
specifically
phenomena
scientific evidence, P. Scientific evidence. We asked for science, you said there's loads of science. So give us science.
I presented that video where they're wearing the pyramid.
Send them back to romper room, Nathan.
One last chance, P. You said you got science. Either concede that you don't and it's just your religion, or I'll kick you out.
Yep, here he goes. Goodbye, clown show.
Back to the swamp.
Just for the audience's benefit, both of these Muppets. Oh, hello, Event Horizon. How you doing?
Can you mute?
Right, how do you reckon you're doing with your presentation, John?
Yeah, I'm just about there.
Okay. Do you want to? I've got you. Still got you up on screen if you want to do it.
Still got me up. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep this going because we might get another clown coming in here.
Kick out Sleeping Warrior. It's fake Sleeping Warrior. Quick.
What? There's no. Oh.
Get him.
Get him. Taking half the panel with him. Yep.
Oh, he took us.
Bummer. Well, it's no worries. I'll get a new hangout together while John does his presentation. So I'm going to say farewell to you guys temporarily.
Okay.
And I'll just switch you a few things around. So if you can bear with me. John. And
yeah, we'll just wait until everyone comes back, man.
Well, no, I can be doing it while you're doing it. It's actually easier if you do yours. I'll get you up on screen.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Just give me a couple of seconds just to sort a few things out, and then I'll have you up to the audience. Just need to move a few things. Okay, you're up.
Okay, I wanted to keep my promise that I made the other day, where I said, I don't care who you are. If you're pretender clowning, you're going to get exposed. And maybe I didn't make that perfectly clear. That is flat earthers also. So I know I didn't say that, but that's what I meant. And we got our first contestant, IQ Flattener, from yesterday and the day before. I think his name is Earth Flattener, but he's IQ Flattener to me, and you're going to see why over the next few minutes. I went back and watched this and listened to this video yesterday. And if you've never been in Hangouts or been on this show, it's very difficult because people talk really fast. And there's a number of audio challenges you have here. Sometimes it'll come across the video, you can hear things, but when you're in the Hangout, you can't hear them. Just to let you know, anyone that's been in Hangouts already knows this. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take his comments and go through them slowly so everyone can see them and understand, okay? So the first one, IQ Flattener, the law of thermodynamics. Which is just philosophy and shouldn't be a part of the scientific method. Well, number one, they are the laws of thermodynamics, not law. Number two, natural laws, for example, the laws of thermodynamics have nothing to do with the scientific method inherently because they're natural laws. Number three, so heat flowing from hot to cold, high pressure to low pressure always, spontaneously, and not the other direction, is philosophy, eh? How about this? Is all is for the best in the best of all possible worlds from Voltaire? Empirical? Yeah, imbecile? IQ Flattener. That is the second law of thermodynamics, does happen in the natural world. But in the unnatural world, which is the sun, what on earth? And things we don't know, the universe, it doesn't happen necessarily apply to that. This is well beyond retarded. This is full-on hospice slobber nurse territory, not even grammatically. And please explain how the sun is unnatural, meaning man-made. Who made the sun, IQ Flattener? Was it Aristarchus? Jim Jones? Pocahontas? Babe Ruth? Hootie from Hootie and the Blowfish? Other? Clown. IQ Flattener, this is precious. So, you're having faith that the second law of thermodynamics, is correct. QE, define faith. IQ Flattener, having a belief in something that you can't possibly know. QE, heat flows from hot to cold spontaneously always, the second law of thermodynamics. Are you telling me that we can't know that? IQ Flattener, no, I'm not saying that at all. You, sir, are an imbecile, pretender clown doofus of mammoth proportions. What on earth? Right? IQ Flattener, the sun gives everything life. Really? So the sun shines on my driveway. Therefore, according to you, my driveway is alive. IQ Flattener, the second law of thermodynamics says that we may expand, we may contract from a more, how would you say it, more disordered, a higher state of disorder. If you're in a certain state of disorder, you can return to a better, a less disordered state of equilibrium. I mean, this is incoherent on its face, folks. I mean, I'm speechless. Mr. Magoo is blushing. First of all, it's a reification fallacy. Natural laws don't say things. The second law is demonstrated by low entropy, minimal disorder, to high entropy, increased disorder, always increasing in entropy until equilibrium is reached. From Lincoln Barnett, The Universe, and Dr. Einstein. For the fateful principle known as the second law of thermodynamics, which stands today as the principal pillar of classical physics, left intact by the march of science, proclaims that the fundamental processes of nature are irreversible. Nature moves only one way. Guess what way that is? Professor Davies, King's College London. The greatest puzzle is where all the order in the universe came from originally. How did the cosmos get wound up if the second law of thermodynamics predicts asymmetric unwinding towards disorder? Da. And this little comment he had, I'm speechless over this. A less disordered state of equilibrium, right? Imbecile. There is no such thing as a disordered state of equilibrium. It's tantamount to saying a married state of bachelor. Here's the next precious comment. IQ flattener. Right. You assume that he's talking about the sun, is a ball of hydrogen in space. QE. No, I don't. IQ flattener. Well, exactly. I mean, which one? What the heck are you talking about? You see how this is lunacy, folks? We got more. IQ flattener. I understand this is all very confusing. No, this is easy, and you're a fuckwit. IQ flattener. We need a certain amount of nutrition from the sun. So, proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals, that is, nutrients, i.e. nutrition, are riding on photons like Kelly Slater at the Billabong Tahiti Pro, then all of a sudden smack into us and are absorbed. Do you reminisce with strangers? You see, folks, what this Mr. Magoo pagan retard is feebly attempting to float is that since the sun is unnatural, wherever in the world he got that from, therefore the second law of thermodynamics is false. I mean, this mind-numbing train wreck of a debacle that makes the $6 million man crash and burn look like a fender bender is supposed to somehow disprove creation? It makes about as much sense as this. So he doubled down yesterday in episode 580. Y'all remember this. IQ flattener. Anthony, you say there can't be anyone on the ISS? So if you believe that, then how can you, on the other hand, say creation makes sense? This retarded fuckwittery is so far beyond non sequitur. Language is incapable of encapsulating or describing its full Mr. Magoo shroom-induced coma incoherence. It's well past time for you to return to your true vocation, sir. Picking up cans alongside of the road. Life. What he was trying to do during the presentations was somehow associate life, like in general, all life, with the second law of thermodynamics, right? Take a closer look at this. In biological systems, to build functional sequence specified complexity, that is cellular structures, etc., you need a specific energy converter. That is mitochondria, chloroplasts, or metabolic pathways, and an information program, DNA, already existing first. That's very important. So as to capture and convert and use the energy meaningfully. Extracellular nucleobases and amino acids are destroyed by sunlight, as is virtually everything on the plane. And without the energy converter and information program already existing, it's vapor lock time, folks. We all know this. The sun's energy is like a bull in a china shop. Save for cyanobacteria, algae, and plants, the sun is the largest entropy generator the world has ever known. Real world example, midsummer in Texas. The sun is destructive. It will burn the tires clean off a tractor if left in the field long enough. And it will eventually do the same with the roof on your house and your car, if not protected. Why? Because there is no pre-existing mechanism to capture the heat of the sun and information program to direct its use. Now, let's put solar panels on the roof and add an information program, computer software, to capture the sun's energy and direct it to produce electricity. Now the sun is no longer destructive. But, and this is critically important to understand, the sun will never build the solar panels or write a program to convert the heat to usable energy. You see the specific energy converter and the information program in the above example, right? It's a direct analogy to how life works. You need these. To overcome the second law of thermodynamics, you need the specific energy converter and information program, or you're toast, literally. Or do you ascribe to the sun sending intelligent messages or instructions to stupid atoms so they could build it? I hope you're adhering to that position. By the way, just a little add-on from the free man on the land doofus. I don't know his name, so you know who I'm talking about. He said yesterday the King James Bible was a free Masonic book. Number one, no crayon muncher. The Freemason hierarchy know that there's a creator. Da. And you will see that book every single time you enter a Freemason establishment. They just have a little twist on the end game. Number two, and just because a book is placed in an establishment doesn't ipso facto make it the establishment's book. Da. Every time I get a haircut, I always find Field and Stream magazine in the waiting area. Is Great Clips Field and Stream? Or did or does Great Clips write Field and Stream? Idiot. And for all you argument from ignorance fallacy parroters out there. Hey, yes? Yes? Hello?
Yeah, no one said anything.
Oh, I'm getting feedback. Sorry. Let me roll. I'm almost done. And for all you argument from ignorance fallacy parroters out there, there's no way for us to know, or I've never seen any evidence of a creator, derp. Number one, listen to this closely, folks. Romans 1:20, for the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. So, if you come stumbling and fumbling, bumbling up to the creator and give your little argument from ignorance fallacy, it ain't gonna fly. Number two, I gave a presentation not that long ago, The Creator versus Atheism, on this very channel, and in excruciating detail, step by step demonstrated with scientific evidence times two, and two more logical consistency proofs, that is, the laws of thermodynamics and functional sequence specified complexity, that a creator must necessarily exist. Now, if you want to continue whistling past the graveyard and are mindlessly parroting pagan pseudoscience priests, do it somewhere else, because that disheveled mutt doesn't hunt here. We tracking Sally's.
Well, not exactly, because here we go. Well, you're probably going to give me open your can of whoop-ass on me now, but I would assert that I would agree with you on the fact that we must be created. But in a recent discussion about this, you said, well, then you must have a creator. But I don't get the connection. If we are created, why would that mean that there has to be an anthropomorphization of a creator?
Sure, like I said, it's a necessary antecedent consequent game here. So the consequent is creation. The necessary antecedent, you must have a creator to create. Does that do it?
Not really.
It doesn't do it for you.
Well, we've got the other chap on now that said the similar thing to me, and I agreed with him. So welcome back, Flat Earth Vegan Goy.
Yeah, I spent three and a half hours on the show yesterday talking about this. I put my grandfather's Masonic Bible up there for everyone to see, which is a King James Bible. But my question is, if you're claiming that there is a creator, then who created the creator? Where's the evidence that the creator was created? Because are you saying
who created the creator's
nothing,
creator? That's an infinite regress fallacy.
Oh, he's always been there.
You're gonna friggin' talk over me, right? Are you done?
Well, the question on the table, John, is who created the creator? If the creator is asserted, who is the creator's creator? That's the question.
Who's the creator's creator, right? Can anyone out there before?
I'm just asking you who created your creator. You say there obviously has to have been.
I got the question. Shut your pie hole. Is anyone out there? Does anyone recognize what fallacy that is?
I've already said it's the infinite regress fallacy. I didn't until you said it.
Right. So let's go over this. Who is the creator's systematic? Oh, I'm sorry. That was the next shot. Who created the creator's conundrum? It's a fallacy, folks. He is the creator. The creator can't be created, or else he couldn't be the creator by definition. Furthermore, logically, for finite things to exist, that is, the universe and us, there must be and always was source. It's a contingent necessity, antecedent fact. See Aristotle, prime mover, unmoved mover, first cause. To deny this, you are forced into a logical checkmate, then reduced to introducing an infinite regress fallacy, which this is who created the creator's creator. Nothing can create itself because that would mean it existed prior to its existence. That's logical seppuku. Also, there can be only one creator. Considering more than one, even for a Planck time, is logical seppuku. Good?
Well, that's beautiful. Sounds like you read that off just fantastically. It still doesn't answer the question. Where's the evidence that the creator always existed, if there is such a creator?
Where's the evidence? I just gave it to you.
No, you gave me a lot of gobbledygook is what you gave me.
It's gobbledygook.
You're saying that the creation proves that there had to be a creator, but that because the creation couldn't just appear out of nothing, and yet you say that the creator was always here. Well, I'm sorry, must be an idiot because that does make zero sense to me.
The logical fact. I just went through it. You want me to do it again? Here. For finite things to exist, this is the important part, okay? For finite things to exist, the universe and us. You know that the universe and us are finite, right?
No.
You don't know that?
No, I don't know that. Is there evidence that that's true?
You understand the second law of thermodynamics?
Fine. The second law, I don't have any evidence that's true as well.
You don't oh, here we go with another crayon muncher. So,
I'm a crayon muncher. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you are. We're going to show you again,
we're going to go ahead and
like
throw
we showed the
fallacies.
other knuckleheads before. Because that's what you have to do. You have to deny the laws of thermodynamics, right?
I'm not denying anything. I'm asking for evidence that it's true.
The second law of thermodynamics, yeah. You go get a can of compressed air, and then you open the nozzle. There's the proof.
What's your hypothesis?
It doesn't need a hypothesis. It's a natural law.
Oh, it doesn't need a hypothesis. Gotcha. Okay. This is great science. Thank you very much.
Gotcha. Natural clown. Natural laws are not a part of the scientific method. Second law of thermodynamics is a natural law. Your
Oh,
question's
okay.
inane.
That's easy then. Yeah. It's like a speed limit, right?
It's a natural law. It's a what or an is. There is no cause and effect. The scientific method.
John.
The scientific method. Hold on, I'm not done yet. The scientific method is used to elucidate cause and effect relationships. The hows and the whys. That's what it answers. That's all it does. The what's and it is it doesn't speak to. The second law of thermodynamics is a what and it is. So every time heat flows from hot to cold, like it does always, naturally, spontaneously, every time energy from a concentrated place to dispersed, every time high pressure to low pressure is the second law of thermodynamics. There's your proof.
I get you. I don't understand. I guess I'm an idiot because I don't understand how you're claiming that this creation was caused by a creator that you show no evidence was created. And so it just existed forever. It's absolutely ludicrous. And you can use your fancy words all you want, but I don't buy it. Go ahead and
fancy words
and tell me what an idiot I am. That's fine. And a clown. I enjoy that.
Clown.
Fine. You know, pull up all this stuff
clown
here
show.
and calling me a clown.
Research.
That's fine.
Do you have a problem with me pulling up my research? What's the problem with that? This is all my research. We can go into quantum mechanics. How would you like that?
You haven't shown to me how the creator would exist and didn't have to be created. That's absolute nonsense.
So a hand wave dismissal, nuh-uh. And your argument was based on your lack of knowledge with the laws of thermodynamics that you don't think exist, right?
No, I didn't say it doesn't exist. I said I don't have any evidence.
I just gave you the evidence for the second law of thermodynamics.
I just gave you the evidence. What do you take information from Pete Mars to be an asshole? Is that what you're all about with your stupid little voice?
See, you're a pretender.
You sound like a prick.
Yeah, I am to pretender clown.
You are.
That's exactly
what
I am.
Fucking little prick.
And that's what you are.
Sorry about that.
So you come waltzing on in here. You have no clue what you're talking about, and I'm going to.
You're talking about the magic man in the sky that always existed.
What?
The magic man in the sky, the creator, always existed.
He had to. It's a logical necessity. I just showed you.
Oh, of course he had to, but there's no evidence he could. It's not possible.
It's a logical necessity.
That sounds like deduction-based evidence.
That's what it is.
It's a logical necessity.
It's logical necessity. That's why I got to use my voice like this. You just have to understand.
Hey, clown show. Do you have
I'd like to talk like this all the time because people don't understand how important it is to me to be right.
Huh? You're real Sally.
Yeah, you're real Sally. Oh boy.
You are. You're a Sally.
I'll tell you what. We
can use a cause and effect.
Shut up. Your little slideshow.
Shut up and go back to romper room.
Like the creator always existed.
My little slides.
Nonsense.
It's hand wave dismissal.
Hold on, let's just get some control.
That's a great argument.
Hold on.
What are you, pre-law?
John, hold on 1 second. So, what's the objection precisely, Vegan Goy?
I haven't seen any evidence that the creator has always existed. That's nonsense. He would have to be created.
Unbelievable, man. I just went through it.
I don't care.
I know you don't.
I do understand. I mean, if we regard something as the creator, then it couldn't have been created. I understand that. I mean,
we could say the same with the creation then.
Okay, let's boil it down to this one. Let's use quantum mechanics.
The actual
crafting
part is not
there could be multiple creators.
Let's use scientific evidence.
Designer. The crafting part is not proven.
Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves, and then we'll get to the scientific evidence after you're done.
We had the creator that was created out of nothing. That's what it is. The creator was created out of nothing.
No, but look, there could be multiple creators, right?
No, there can't.
Certainly could.
There is.
No, there can't.
If you're going to call something the creator, then it has to be the creator.
Right.
You're applying time to this God, though, aren't you?
It's impossible to prove. That's the whole problem that I have. You can't prove
it. I just did it.
Yeah,
right. I just did it.
Okay, hold on. Can you just go through it one more time, John? I know it's tedious. You've done it already, but obviously they're saying no. You're saying yes. I've already shown it. If you don't mind, can you do it again?
I've said more than no or yes. I've explained it to them logically. Now I'm going to give them scientific evidence of a creator. You ready? Quantum
Ready, yeah.
mechanics. Observe a phenomenon. Photons, elementary particles, atoms, molecules exhibit both wave-like and particle behavior. Alternative hypothesis. If the Witch path information is known or can be known, then we will observe no interference. That is, wave function collapse. Matter existing. The independent variable are the known versus the unknown paths. It's in the experimental setup. Dependent variable, matter existing. The null hypothesis. If the Witch path information is known, it never can be known, then we will observe interference, wave function intact. No matter. Experiment. Which one of the thousands without exception would you like? So let's go with Zhao Song Ma, quantum eraser with a causally disconnected choice from PNAS. The presence of path information anywhere in the universe is sufficient to prohibit any possibility of interference. It is irrelevant whether a future observer might decide to acquire it. The mere possibility is enough. Therefore, the lack of Witch path information anywhere in the universe is sufficient enough to prohibit any possibility of wave function collapse. That is, no formation of matter. Last one. The delayed choice quantum erasure from physical review letters. The authors show not only that knowledge of the Witch path information solely collapses the wave function, but can accurately predict future actions of wave-like and particle behavior after the signal photon is registered and before its twin idler has arrived. That is, quantum mechanical phenomena transcend time and space. In conclusion, this experiment unequivocally validates, and I went through this experiment with a detailed exposition not that long ago. A, knowledge or knowing the Witch path information alone causes wave function collapse. Decoherence, that's physical interaction with the measuring device, does not cause wave function collapse. And QM phenomena transcend time and space. Space-time has no meaning in quantum mechanics. Ergo, matter, our reality, doesn't exist without first a knower or the existence of the Witch path information. That is, matter is derivative, the consequent. Consciousness knowledge is primary, the necessary antecedent. Thanks for your ear. Have a nice day. I'll be here all week.
Well, is it worth dumbing it down just a little bit? Because you say knowledge of the Witch path information, but there's going to be people out there that haven't got the vaguest idea what you mean.
Sure. In order for matter to exist, there has to be some type of knowledge of it. That is, it's not just, a lot of people talk about the observer effect. That's nonsense, right? If you take the typical double slit experiment, you can observe that experiment till the cows come home. You're still going to get an interference pattern if you don't have the knowledge of which path, either the photons, electrons, it doesn't matter, atoms, molecules, it doesn't matter what you fire through those double slits. If you don't have any detector right there at the slits giving you the information on which slit it's going through, no matter how many times you look at it, you can have thousands of people observing the double slit experiment, you'll still get interference. However, if you put a small detector even on one of those slits, and you identify which slit that photon, electron, anything is going through, as soon as you know that, the pattern on the back wall changes and matter now exists. How about that?
Oh boy,
so it has to do with path foreknowledge.
Oh my God, hold on.
Great, where did the knower come from? Where did this knower come from? Ergo, matter doesn't exist. First, a knower, existence of the Witch path information. So where did this knower come from?
I already told you. He has always existed.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
There is no answer. It's very simple.
There's no proof.
There's an answer, and I just gave you the answer 5 minutes ago.
No evidence of it.
You keep whistling past the graveyard because you don't understand. It's not my problem. Clown.
That's fine. It's not my problem. Not your problem. Not my problem. I don't buy it. You can sell it all you want. I'm not buying it.
You just say nah, and you call the King James Bible a Freemasonic Bible. You're an idiot.
All you want, and I'm not going to buy it.
You're an idiot. Listen, it's not my job to convince you.
I'm not buying it.
It's not my job to convince
there's
you.
No evidence
it's
to
my
me that
job
you even
to
exist.
expose you as a pretender clown that you are. We tracking?
That's your job. That's
It's
fine.
a waste of time.
That's right. Exactly. That's right. I'm not here to convince you.
Good. Not here to convince you
know
either.
what
I
my
don't buy
mission
what you're
is.
selling. That's fine.
I'm not selling anything. I'm based on logical consistency and scientific evidence. Evidence, which you have none of. All you have is
I don't claim to have evidence.
Right.
So
your position is argument from ignorance fallacy.
You seem to know lots of stuff. I don't.
I do.
That's great.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
I'll stick with Socrates. He said the only thing he knew is nothing. I agree with that.
Yeah, you'll stick with ignorance.
Yeah.
Because that's where your position lies.
At least I'm confident that I'm ignorant.
At least you're confident that you're ignorant. You got that right.
There we go.
Right.
Thanks for playing.
You guys have a beef with each other, grounded in your philosophical foundations.
I don't have any philosophical.
All
right, way to go back to Robert yourself.
At each other in a separate hangout or something, because this is just
hey, Arwen.
Sorry.
Arwen, we don't need no discussion from you. You're not in charge of this. You're a friggin' clown yourself. So go back to romper room.
Look who's talking,
You don't give
Mr.
me instruction. You don't give me
As soon as he
instruction.
gets some kind of challenging, he turns into a squirrely
Clueless.
girl. He can't just
He's a little girl like P-Mars. Listen to his
can't
voice.
just say what
Yeah,
he has
you
to say
betcha.
and, like, yell and call people
betcha.
names.
Calling you a clown makes him right.
No,
that's all he's
the
got.
evidence
He's got
that I
his
gave
ad
makes me
hominem
right.
attacks on me, and that's
The
all he's
clown
got.
Let's go
is
eat
a result
crayons
of a
now.
conclusion.
Let's pull out
from
our
the
YouTubes and let's pull
assessments
out
of your arguments.
our
That's what it is.
PowerPoints, and we're going to prove everything with the printed word. I'm going to use this book. I'm going to use this experiment that I've never actually seen, but I'm going to tell you
format
because we said it's true.
Appeal to format.
That's not even the worst part. The worst part is we got to believe that there's somebody up there judging everything we do.
That came out of nothing. It just was always there. It was always there.
Come out of nothing.
Why do we have to believe there's somebody up there judging?
Exactly. Fallacy right there. Like,
Why do we have to believe there's somebody up there judging?
That's what John wants us to believe.
I think
I don't want you to believe anything.
Standard narrative,
I'm
that's
not
a lie.
in the
Why
business
believe
of
the lie?
belief.
Within, through.
I'm not in the
There's a
business of
possibility
belief,
someone
gentlemen. I
is
just
destroying
provided you
there's a
evidence.
Possibility not.
I just provided you evidence. That's the difference.
No, you didn't provide me evidence. You
provided
PowerPoint.
evidence that's
No,
possible.
nuh-uh,
That's
right?
not a validation of it.
And then you got your
really?
stupid little voice where
What
you start
is?
insulting people. So you obviously are not sure. Well, you're a young
They're not
child
insults, sir.
and go scream
Those
at
aren't
somebody
insults.
else.
Those aren't ad hom fallacies. What I did was I took your arguments and showed how they were feeble and incoherent. And then what you call insult is a conclusion from an evaluation of your doofus argument.
Now you're using a Nathan deal, calling someone a clown. That's absolutely ridiculous. You weren't
Nathan deal?
explaining anything. You were just
What's a
flat
Nathan
calling me a
deal?
clown, and with your stupid
What's a
little girl
Nathan deal?
voice.
What's a Nathan deal?
So, could you guys get a room or something, please? Let's.
Hey,
move on
Arwen,
to
the last time I
talking about
told you,
things, like,
you do not
and
give
not
me
arguing.
instruction.
Come on.
Go to romper room, right? You don't give me instructions, son.
Screw
Let's
you,
get
man.
that clear.
Why does this guy talk to everybody like he's better than everybody he's ever
Because
met?
he works directly for Jesus. He's here on Jesus' behalf to save all of us.
Like, I don't have a problem.
I'd like to
telling
ask,
what you believe
what-
and telling us how you
Sure,
think it is.
go
but
ahead,
You don't
ask.
have to call us names constantly. Like, that is ridiculous.
Call you names constantly. No, I just explained this.
Yes, you do.
I'm
and
not
that's
calling
nothing
you
that anybody
names,
here would
clown.
Disagree with.
Right.
John, you per default address people with ad homs constantly. You've been doing
what's
it
an ad
ever
hom?
since you even showed up. It's like your
What?
jig,
Define
your
an ad
thing,
hom fallacy.
but it's still ad homing constantly. You're constantly
That-
agitating
no,
for
it's
no
not.
damn reason.
So much
No, it's
better than everybody.
Somebody
Define
prescribe
ad
him
hom
a chill
fallacy,
pill.
please.
Yeah, you
So
you
are.
don't even know what it is.
Constantly
at the moment.
declaring everyone all
Define
kinds of
ad
things.
hom fallacy, clown show.
Quantum eraser. Bam. Done.
Define. Wait a second. We want to wait. We're waiting for Arwen to define ad hom fallacy. He charged me with that.
Hey,
What
you
is
don't
an ad
run
hom
the show
fallacy?
here. You don't tell John Arwen what to do.
Arwen,
I'm talking about an argument.
you said you charged
I'm
me
just
with ad hom
talking about
fallacy.
you
What's an
being
ad-
a dick all the time for no reason.
Seriously.
You charge me with an ad hom fallacy. What is an ad hom? And then connect it with something that I did.
No,
You
I
called
just
me a
called you a
cramp.
dick. You act
No,
like a
you
dick
charged me
constantly.
with
You
the ad
act
hom
like you're
fallacy. I
all
heard you.
high
Everyone
and mighty.
heard you.
There's an example of an ad hom. So
Yeah.
you're not.
Well, I'm
the
not in an
difference being-
argument. I'm
Hold
just
on,
making an
Arwen,
analysis
you're
here.
not challenging his argument.
I'm not challenging anyone's argument.
Right,
I'm
but you
just
called him a
saying
dick.
he's a dick.
Arwin, now you're just talking over me. So the difference between an ad hominem attack, a fallacy, is that you don't address the argument that's been put forward. You just call someone a clown. However, if you demonstrate what they have done incorrectly and then draw the conclusion they are a clown, that's not an ad hominem attack. That's based on what you have taken apart. So when I call Rumpus a moron after taking apart his assumption of R, that's based on him being a begging the question fallacy using idiot. That's not an ad hominem attack. That's directly based on his actual actions. Not just calling him a dick like you've just done. That's an ad hominem.
Yeah. Well, right, you actually know how to dosage this, and you don't spout out that kind of talk all the time. You save it for an opportunity when it's actually kind of appropriate, and that makes it interesting and valuable. John here is constantly spouting that shit non-stop. I never hear him just acting normal, ever. He's always doing that shit. It's getting old.
Am I ad homing? When have you not heard me deconstruct? When have you not heard me deconstruct the other's argument and then called him a clown or whatever?
Do you need to call him a clown to get your point across? Does that help?
When have I come on here and just ad homed without an argument?
Why don't you just call
Never.
him
Your sentences are like your descriptions, ridiculing descriptions of people.
Well, you have pretender clowns. Remember the lumberjack? Did I tell you the story about the lumberjack?
No, I don't think so. You called somebody a lumberjack. I vaguely remember.
Yeah, so see what's happening here is you have pretender clown lumberjacks. They're not lumberjacks. And they're coming into the lumberjack community where real lumberjacks are, and they're pretending to be something they're not. And what they do is they come into the community and they try to steal the lumberjacks' women, right? But you see, real lumberjacks already know that the pretender clown lumberjacks are just frauding. So what the real lumberjacks are going to do, they're going to take that none too lightly. And they're going to expose those pretender clown lumberjacks for being pretender clown frauds, right? Because the real lumberjacks have sweated blood, sweat, and tears, slaving to learn their trade over years and years. And then they have pretender clown lumberjacks come in and pretend to be them, take their women, eat their food, do all those things. Well, the lumberjacks, the real ones, are going to be none too happy about that, right? And they're going to expose those pretender clown lumberjacks for the pretender clowns that they are. Are you getting the analogy yet?
Indeed. And with that, I'm going to say first and foremost a huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of the debating panel for making this debate possible. And of course, a massive thank you to all of the live audience for tuning in and hopefully sharing this debate. If you hated the show, you know exactly what to do. But if you liked it, maybe consider sharing it with a friend or subscribing if you've not done so already. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!